Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Coachman pastiche 575. So today I'm just going to go through how to pretty much set up the van and how to utilise the basics of the van and a few other bits as well for you. So starting at the front, you have your jockey wheel, which is used to level the caravan, and then you have 2 points on either side, 2 points at the back for your legs. Don't attempt to jack up or level the caravan using the legs. They're only used to stabilise the caravan. So once you've levelled using your jockey wheel, you stabilise using your legs, winding them down until they hit the floor. So we are using our test equipment today. As you can see, we have a gas bottle with the gas hose connected on one side, and then inside the front locker connected up on this point, just like so. You can hand tighten to an extent and then just finish off using a spanner. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist in the open direction or plus whatever it may be on your gas bottle until you can't anymore, and that will feed gas into the caravan. So on this side here we have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air into your boiler. You don't have to do anything with this. It's not like older models of caravans where you'll have the flap that you have to open up. All you have to do with this is make sure that there's no leaves, no pine, no nothing like that blocking the outside vent, and everything should work as intended. Now just here, this is your connection point for your water. We don't have the water plugged in today, as you can probably see it's a little bit chilly today, so we don't want the water freezing up. But what it is, you'll have an aqua roll, and the aqua roll would be full of clean, fresh drinking water. You connect your water pump lead into this point here, and it's on a trigger system, so you push it in, and then to release you press in using the trigger. You have a little plastic cover on the water lead, and then you have a strainer at the bottom. The strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel, and to make sure that the water lead is straight, as they do have a tendency to curl up a little bit, so straighten it out before you put it in. I will also show you physically with the water lead once I'm inside, as it's just in the sink. Then just next to it we have the battery locker. You have your battery connected here, and then you have your mains point just here, which is plugged in just like so, and then just here this is your point for your what's it called, motor mover. There we go, for your motor mover, and you've also got your red key in there, which we will go over on the day of collection. You do also have a little cutout here so that you can lock up the battery locker and have the main still plugged inside. Moving along, we have these 2 points here. Those points are where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipes to feed into a waste master. It comes from your shower and your sinks. So that will feed into your waste master and then get to your point on site to empty it. Alright, then the last bit on the exterior, you have these 2 points here, and this is both for your toilet. This cap here opens up using your key, and this is where you're feeding your water for your flush. Get yourself something like a watering can just to feed it in. Can carry around 10 litres of water, and then just add a little bit of pink chemical as well so it doesn't smell. So that's for the flush part. I haven't added any water, so when I do show you how the toilet operates, you'll just hear the motor like whir, rather than actually seeing it flush. And then just here you have your cassette for your toilet. So once this is full, or you feel like it needs emptying, press up on this orange handle and then slide it out. Take it to your emptying point on site, twist this orange head to the side, open up the cap and the cap is quite useful as well. Tilt this up, and then at the same time pressing this button here to vent. Once you've done that I do recommend again doing it but swilling it out with some fresh water. And then on this cap here you have some measurements on the side. This is for your blue chemical, so you put your blue chemical into this cap, slot it back onto the head, put the head back to the central position, then push it back in just like so. So this orange handle sits behind these teeth, and then you can't move it unless you press it up. However, you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so to fully empty out that top tank here, you have this little nozzle. This little nozzle opens up and will empty out all the remaining water in that flush part there. I will also empty this for you once I've done this video. And that just sits just up there. So that's how to set up everything outside. Now I'll show you inside. Alright, so underneath the right hand side bed you have all of this stuff here. A lot of this is from a technician standpoint, however I'm going to go through a few things that you might want to know. This big unit here, this big grey unit, that is your boiler. This blue box, that is your brain box for your motor mover. Then this grey box here, this is where all your trips and fuses are. All the trips have to be in the upright position for everything to be working. Okay, so we've got them few bits there. And then just on this side here, we have these blue pipes with these yellow switches. This is for getting your water into the caravan. So if you have your acro full of water and you wanted to get water into the caravan to be flushed around, well, not flushed around, being pushed around to the sinks and the showers, you need to have these in the horizontal position. They're currently in the vertical position, and when they're in the vertical position, that means that all the water that's inside the system is being drained out. You need to have it drained out in these winter months, especially when it's colder, as if there's any water inside the pipes, it will burst the pipes. So we are keeping them in the vertical position for you right now, especially as it is very close to minus temperatures at the moment. So that's why we're also not using the water. But have these in the horizontal position. It is very simple. It's just use your hand, push it down, and there you can see. There are two switches, so you have to have the same for both switches. I will just show you this as well, as I was talking about it outside, that I may not have explained it well enough. This slots into your point outside, and you can't remove it unless you press in the trigger, and it pulls it out just like that. Then you have this plastic cover here. This plastic cover goes over the cap where the acro will be filled in. Then at the bottom you have your strainer. Your strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel to get all the water through, because otherwise it would just suck in air. And as you can see, they do have a bit of a tendency to curl up, so just straighten them out before you put them in, just so the strainer can sit at the bottom and you'll have no worries. Alright, first thing is above the door here. This is like your main control switch. You have a few things here. You have your master switch, which is currently on. You have your lights, which if I press it off, you can see all your lights go off. Awning, that is for your awning light, so if you press it on, your awning light comes on. Then you have your pump button here. If you press the pump button in, that will pump the water from your acro through to outside. So hypothetically, if I were to have some water put in now, I'd press in this pump button. I'd wait 2 to 3 minutes for it to kick in. Then I go over to one of my sinks and run the water. And I'd run the water for around about 30 seconds because you want a nice continuous stream. If it's coughing and spluttering, maybe a case you have to wait another minute or so for it to get some water in, or check outside and make sure that the strainer is sat at the bottom. So that's for the pump. Then this switch here, this is for your volts. So this allows you to see how much volts are coming into the caravan. It's not a switch like this per se, it's one where you have to press in. So pressing it in, wait for it to settle, and we can see 13 volts are coming into the caravan. So that will be 13 volts coming from the mains. So in summary, to turn everything on, you have to have a master switch on. The pump button, you press it in and you keep the pump button pressed in, and that will allow the water to come through to these parts. And you have your lights also activated just there. And then just underneath the microwave, you have your Aldi control panel. Your Aldi control panel is for your heating and also your hot water. So it's currently on, as you can see from the green switch there. So I'm going to press the menu button, and you can see, we'll go from this point here. You can see that it's 14 degrees inside the caravan right now. So this top one here, this is for your internal temperature of the caravan, the desired temperature you'd like it to be at. So it is a touch screen. So it starts at 5 degrees, it goes down and up in 0.5 degrees. Whatever you set it to is the desired temperature that you want, and that's what the caravan will achieve. Maximum of 30, starts at 5, and obviously it's not going to kick in instantly, it will take a little while. This next one, the shower icon, this is for your hot water. So it's on a scale, as you can see just there, if the camera would focus. Press it in once, that gets your water to 40 degrees. Press it in again, that gets the water to 60 degrees. But obviously, I'm going to keep that off as there's no water inside the caravan right now. Next up, we have this electricity. So you can either have it off. Now this is for your power source for the caravan. So you can have no electricity, 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts, or 3 kilowatts. Do check with your site though, make sure that they do have 3 kilowatt capacity, as some sites only go up to 2 kilowatts. Then just here you have your gas icon. So when it's blue, that means the gas isn't being used as a power source. Press it in and the gas will be used as a power source to heat your caravan. So you can have strictly electric, strictly gas, or a mixture of both. And then you do have some additional settings here, such as prioritizing electricity or gas, brightness, screen, time and day, a few other bits there. Setting a delayed start for the heating and hot water to come on. Sounds when I press stuff. Turn that off, that's slightly annoying. And a few other bits there as well. Then to turn off the Aldi control panel, you press in this power button, and it's the same to turn it on as well. Now for the toilet, it is very simple. Just open this up for a second. It is very simple. You have your flush button here, which I'm going to press in and you'll hear the motor. So if there was water in the system, you'd be able to hear, you'd be able to see the water being flushed. So once you've done your business or whatever, press the flush button. And then just down below here, you have this catch. You want to press the catch away from you, and that opens up this hole to the cassette toilet. Slide it back, that shuts it up again. So you've got your flush button there, and then your catch release just down here. Next up, we have your fridge. Your fridge opens and closes using this latch here, and then it is currently on, as you can see from the green light here. Press in that grey button and you can see what's currently active. So it's currently active on mains at full capacity. So if I wanted to change the power source, press that back on, press and hold this in, and you can see that the power source begins to flash. So you can either have it on mains, car battery, gas, whatever you want. Obviously I can't have it on car battery right now as there's no car battery attached. Well, there's no car attached. So what we'll do, press and hold that in again, will flash off if you leave it idle. We'll put it on gas. So I want gas. To select, I press in the grey button. Then let's say I can have it at either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. 5 being the most powerful, so it will chill slightly quicker. So we'll have it on 5. Want to select that, press it in. There you can see gas on full. Now I'm not sure if it picks it up on the video or not, but you will hear the gas tick in, and once the gas ticks in, you'll hear it tick in, and then once it's stopped, that means that the fridge is operating off gas. I have already checked that it does work, so it's just a case of choosing the power source by pressing this in, pressing it in. Keep it on mains now though. Mains on full. Then to turn off the fridge, press and hold in this button here. You'll see it flash on, and if I were to press that in, it's obviously not going to turn on. So that's how to operate the fridge. Then lastly, I'll just run through this. Your hob has an electric plate, but everything else runs off gas. Your fridge can either operate off gas, mains or 12 volt, being your car battery, and your microwave can only operate off mains. Excuse me. And for the operation of this, you obviously have to have your gas bottle ticked in, well, you know, set up and everything else. And then it's very similar to like an old school gas cooker. You have this button here, press in, you can hear the clicks, then all you have to do is press in a knob, twist it to the side. So I'll just show you that all of these here are lit. I'll also show you for this, the electric plate, this is the only one that's different. Twist it to the side and you can see this red light comes up to show that it's heating up. Goes all the way up to 6 and starts at 1. So I'll just show you that all these hobs work. And here you can see you've got nice clean blue continuous flames, just like that. You can lower the heat, so let's go on that one because it's the brightest. You can lower the heat and increase the heat, and to turn them off, back to the central position, back to the central position, back to the central position, just like that. I'll show you as well the grill. Just open that up, and here we can see the grill. You'll want both sides to be ignited, and again you can change how little or how vigorous the flame is using the toggle here. Then to turn it off, back to the central position, just like so. And then finally for the oven, the only difference with this is that when you twist it in a anti-clockwise direction, it does get hotter. So let me just show you that that works as well. And there we can see again, oops, nice blue clean continuous flame. And again, turn it that way, heats it up more. Obviously like an oven, you do need to preheat it and everything. Turn it off, knob back to the central position, just like so. Okay, so that's everything you should need to know on how to set up and operate your Coachman. If you do have any questions, just send me a message on WhatsApp and I'm happy to answer it. I've been Henry and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.